It is the 2025 NFL Combine, and the best part about this is being able to talk to guys like you, Pete Prisco, the senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports. And Pete, this is kind of like your Super Bowl right now. You get to talk about the free agents and the draft picks that are coming up. When you look at the 2025 Vikings team, what do you think is their most pressing need?
Well, I think they have to decide what they're going to do at the quarterback position first and foremost. And, what do you do? Do you rely on J.J. McCarthy and let Sam Darnold go? Do you franchise Sam Darnold, get something back for him? Do you keep Sam Darnold? I think, to me, that's the most pressing question that they have. And what do you do going forward?
Well, speaking of that free agent, Sam Darnold, you've listed him as number one on your 100 top prospects for the free agency market. What made you target him as someone that you think could be a big free agent this offseason?
Value, the position value. And look, is he the best free agent in terms of how he relates to others who play their other positions? No. But value of that position makes him number one. And everybody's looking for a quarterback. There are a lot of teams are still looking for a quarterback. So that makes the value go up. And like the Raiders, they could take a look at him. I think there's other teams that will look at him. So that's why he's number one.
When you look at what the Vikings front office has done, they're 34-19 in their first three seasons. General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah teaming up with Kevin O'Connell to set a foundation for this team. What do you think they want to do in this free agent market, the types of players they want to look at?
Well, I think when you look at their defense, they want to get bigger on the defensive line. I think that's a priority for them. They got to get more physical on the defensive line. I think, maybe more physical on the interior of the offensive line. I think those, all you got to do is look at the Eagles. The Eagles won the Super Bowl because they were the biggest, baddest guys on the offensive line, and they were biggest, baddest guys on the defensive line. And I think that's what the Vikings need to get to. Look, Brian Flores has done a great job with that defense. He's compensated for a lot of their issues that they do have, but I think they need to get bigger and stronger on the defensive line.
Where, in your opinion, can you find the best value for those big guys? Is it going to the free agency market? The Vikings have the seventh most cap space, or is it in the draft? They have potentially 4 picks in this one, 3 as of right now.
Yeah, I think drafting those guys, and this is a good draft to find defensive tackles. It really is. There's a lot. There's probably 10 deep. You can find guys in the 3rd and 4th round. And you mentioned their lack of draft picks. I mean, they traded up to go get Dallas Turner. I think he's still going to be a good player. He didn't flash that last year, but he will be. But that's why Sam Darnold might make sense to franchise tag him and then trade him and get back some of your assets if you can do that. If they decide Sam Darnold's the quarterback, and they give him a long-term contract, which they haven't ruled out either, then maybe you trade J.J. McCarthy and get assets back because they need draft picks.
You mentioned Brian Flores a little while ago. What do you think the importance of keeping coordinators within a system for this long? How can that help the team?
Oh, I think that's important. I mean, you're going to find out in Detroit what that's like. They lost both their offensive and defensive coordinators. So keeping coordinators together is very important. And I think Brian Flores is one of the best coaches in this league. I think what he does with the defense is fantastic. It's innovative. It's creative. And you have to prepare for it. I love Brian Flores, and I think he's going to be a head coach again.
Okay, well, what do you think of this combine so far? I mean, this is your number, do you know?
30, I think. 30 maybe.
What is your, over the years, what has
30,
grown to be your favorite part of this experience?
Just getting to talk to guys away from, the camera and loose. They're loose. They're looser than they are during the season, and I think that's the best part of it. It's a convention. It's one big giant convention for the NFL, and it's great. I enjoy the Combine as much as anything I do all year.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Pete, for your time. I know you've got a hit very soon, so be sure to tune into CBS Sports as you can see Pete Prisco covering the NFL Combine all week long.